that range.
Yeah.
So do you,
Something like that.
Is that does that all go to you? Or
Well,
does
it depends.
If he owns the company.
Oh, it depends.
No,
Okay,
no, that's
I
not
was
it
curious.
either.
No?
That's secondary.
And I'm being nosy, but I just was curious.
That's fine. No, the primary thing with that is if a company uses an AMC, okay, if it's a mortgage lender, they
Yeah.
have to go through an AMC,
What does
Okay.
AMC stand for?
appraisal management company.
Okay, right.
If it's a direct lender, they do not have to use an AMC. They could if they want to, but they don't have
They
to.
can have their own then?
Yeah, they can do their in-house. Some of the larger banks, I know that they're doing that.
Okay.
So if it's a direct lender, the entire fee goes to you. They may
Okay.
have a transaction fee of $25 or something.
Okay.
But I gotcha. You're an appraiser that works just for them though.
No, you can work for a lot of other
Okay.
companies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was just curious. That was
Yeah.
all.
If
Yeah,
it's
I
an
gotcha.
AMC,
It's just you got some
if it's an
management.
AMC, they might charge the client $600 and pay the appraiser $350 or $400.
Gotcha.
Can you do you do VA appraisals?
I don't. I'm not
Because you
VA
have to
certified.
you have to be VA certified to
Correct.
do the VA.
Correct.
And then
I'm
They-
FHA approved.
They
Yeah.
need some younger blood
Yeah.
with VA appraisers, dude. 10
I
years,
don't
they're all
know.
going to be.
Yeah.
I have 10 days, just so you know. I know, dude. Trust me. Every VA appraiser. Hey, man, how's that appraisal? I have 10 days.
Right.
how many
I know,
appraisals-
dude.
How many appraisals?
Why don't you
do
take the full 10?
How many appraisals do you do a day, approximately? Like,
I-
can you do? What's the most you could do? Like 3 or 4?
I've done up to 6.
Six.
But,
Wow.
but having said
Doing
that,
the reports, how long does that take?
that's where.
Yeah,
where-
that's-
what I've done is I've come up with a system that works for me. So I only do 2 appraisals a day, but I turn the appraisals in within 1 to 2 days max.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
If I
good.
go
He's
out
a
and
good
do,
one.
If
Yeah.
I go out and do 6 appraisals or 6 inspections,
You know how long you're going to be doing paperwork?
you're not going to get that.
Lock yourself
appraisal for a
away.
week.
Yeah, lock yourself away for a week.
Right.
Literally.
Exactly. I'm serious.
Like that's the
what
difference between an
happens.
agent running comps and an appraiser.
Right.
Is that work right there?
Right.
Yeah, interesting.
That's why they're licensed and we're not at it. Right?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's true.
I mean, it
So there's a
makes
lot of
sense.
new appraisal reports that I'm getting back that new homes are starting to come in less than value. Is that starting to increase? Because I'm starting to see this as a trend. I think I've had 2 now that have come in a lot less.
That's a warning sign.
Yes.
Because that's an indication of something.
Well,
just by that
let
happening.
me say this before any of this. As a disclaimer to everybody listening out there, with new home builders, when you sign their contracts to have them start building you a house, I'm just letting you know right now, the contracts are set up in the builder's favor.
Oh, of course.
And very much so. And so much to the fact that they have in there that if the house doesn't appraise out, you're bringing in the difference.
Yeah.
Almost every home builder, when you get into a contract with a home builder,
Right.
a lot of times they don't point that out, or they do, but it's for half a second. But it's a very important thing, especially in this market,
Right.
if things are appraising lower, which is you're going to be looked upon as the buyer to bring in that difference. And you sign that at the
yeah.
beginning.
I personally have not seen
I
that
think they'll
happen
let 'em
too
out.
much.
Yeah.
Because simply, I just did one. It's a brand new home. Contract was written September of last year. Okay, so a lot has happened since then. So there's a time adjustment to do as well.
Yeah.
And what I do is I adjust for lot premiums and upgrades and
Yeah.
builder options.
But their builders are sending you that. They're sending you the info ahead of time. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean those are contracts that they've closed.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a
So
valid
yeah,
data.
exactly. Yeah.
But what just one second, Matt. One other thing I do is whenever possible, I try to get a resale that's somewhere very close
Okay.
by, even if it's not in the same subdivision, because that resale is going to show me what's been happening in the timeline as far
Gotcha.
as increasing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Good point.
But,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah,
thing is,
that's a good point.
if you are able to make an adjustment in new home appraisals for lot premiums, and that's like effectively putting a Bitcoin element in the transaction.
Well,
because
no.
and the reason I say is because you can just look at it and say it's worth that. That's
Yeah.
the lot premium,
Right.
And it goes, but you could.
I'm not giving it value though. What I'm
You
doing
don't give it
is
value?
here's what I'm
That's
doing.
all determined by supply and demand.
Let's say the subject paid a $12,000 lot premium. That's what
Okay.
they were
Sure.
charged.
at that time.
One of my comps, let's say, they paid $20,000. So there's an $8,000 difference. So I'm going to subtract that $8,000 from the comp. So now they're the same.
Okay.
It looks
yeah.
like they both paid
Yeah, yeah,
$12,000.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing with upgrades. Somebody may have paid $50,000. Another one paid, $70,000. $20,000 would come off. Now they're both $50,000 upgrades.
I got a question on that. So I had somebody that recently was in a contract, and the appraiser went out maybe too soon. And what they ended up doing was they ended up probably, I would say
Is this for a new home?
it was for a new home.
Okay.
Looking at the value first and then saying, well, I'm not going to adjust up because it got to a point where it was further down the road, and they were like, we're not going to we're not going to update that to the upgrades cost. Is that something that happens? Yeah. Does that happen where it's like they're saying, well, we ordered the appraisal already and we already did the final inspection, but yet when they had the upgrades, they didn't actually increase it to the total purchase price with the upgrades. It was kind of weird.
No, we get a list of the total upgrades,
Yeah.
the final upgrades. It tells you right there.
Yeah.
So that's final. That's not going to change. If it does change for some strange reason, it's not going to make that much difference.
Yeah, they made that decision based off of everything the builder
Right.
had already sent to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it got ordered too soon, I think. And this is where I'm
what's
saying
too soon? What's
Yeah,
how
what do
was
you
the
mean by
property
that?
at?
they ordered it before the upgrades happened.
They don't have to have happened. As long as it's in the contract, there's a clause in the appraisal that says it's assumed that those upgrades, whatever was written in there, have happened.
Like they can see what upgrades are going to be in there.
Right.
So I feel that this appraiser then looked at it and went, you know what? I just don't see the value, I guess, right? But other properties in the area were selling at that price point and well above with the upgrades. So I'm not sure why.
Every once in a while, there's like, let me give an example. I have a listing. We have an accepted offer. We just got the appraisal back, right? We put this on the market about a month and a half ago, received an accepted offer right away. We had it listed at 445. Okay. Received an accepted offer. Appraisal came back at 402. 402 from 445.
Wow.
So buyer and seller can't agree. We put it back in the market. Seller lowers it to 433.
Yeah.
We got an accepted offer for 430. It just appraised out at 430 yesterday.
Okay.
That was 2 weeks. How did it appraise out 30 grand difference?
Thank you for watching an episode of the French Workbench podcast. If you want to tune into past episodes, please subscribe to my channel now. Also, if you want to look at our audio only options, we do have iTunes and SoundCloud.